Hey there teachers, in this short tutorial we're going to be showing you how to add work from Google Drive straight into a student's digital portfolio. So let me just show you really quickly. In one of the other tutorials we covered how to set up the Google Drive folder. You see here I have my portfolio folder, and inside the portfolio folder I have an item called reading chart. So now I want to put this reading chart into my digital portfolio. So I'm going to go through it in a little bit more step by step in a little bit more detail on how to do that. So just so I show you this reading chart, it just says this is my reading chart. It's just a sample to show you for the video. But now I want to put this into my site, so you might be wondering, how am I going to do that? All right, so the first thing you want your students to do is just to open up a Chrome browser. Just go to regular Google. Students are probably already accustomed to launching a variety of different apps from this section over here with the 9 little boxes. They can also probably get here from the Chromebook by going into the app section in the bottom left and clicking on sites there. It doesn't really matter how you get there. So I'm going to click on apps. I'm going to find the sites button, which is right at the top here, and launch my Google Sites. And once I have my Google Sites launched, I would select my portfolio. Now, the way the Google Sites works is you see your whole site, kind of what it looks like down here. And you can kind of click on any of the pages. So let's say, for example, I want to look at my 6th grade Read Effectively page. You see that I have a piece of work embedded into the site itself. Let me show you how to do that. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on the Edit Page button. And I'm just going to remove this from here. And you will notice that the Edit Page button looks a lot like a Google Doc or a Word document, something that students are already very familiar with. So I could very easily just start to type, this is my reading chart from Language Arts. It shows, blah, 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 blah. They can do their reflection around their work. Now, once they do the reflection, they might want to then, or they probably should, actually put the work into the portfolio. So what students would do is they would just put their mouse cursor wherever they want their work to go, which I want my work to show up underneath my reflection. I can click on the Insert. I can then click on Drive over here on the right-hand side of the window that pops up. And then I can choose whatever I want over here. Since my reading chart is a Google Doc, well, I want to pick Document. But if it was a picture or if it was a presentation, I would choose that instead. So I choose Document. And you see that it's going to show me all of my documents. And this is a little bit confusing because I can't see the folders that they're in, just the overall layout of documents. So I would encourage students to use the search bar here and start to type in the name of their document. So I know my document's called Reading Chart. And as I start to type, you see the options come up. So here it is. I can then choose some options here. I'm going to keep the border around the document. You can keep the title there too, or you can turn it off. You can change the height or width that you want the document to be. I usually just keep it the way it is. I'm going to click Save. And then you notice that there's this gray box here that's going to be where my document goes. I can center align it. I can right align it depending on how the student wants it to look. And then you can also turn word wrap on or off. If you want the text to be off to the side and the document to be next to it, you can do it that way. Or you can do it like I'm doing it here and just have the reflection on the top and the work sample underneath. When you're done, you just click the Save button. And that's it. It's pretty easy. There's the work, my reading chart, embedded straight from my Google Drive. Up at the top here, I have my reflection that's talking about my work. And that's it. Now, if I wanted to go back in later and I could make some changes, I could, later on, say I have another work sample, I could go back in, I could put another reflection, I could then go back in, insert a new work sample, 2-hour delay schedule, center align it, and you can see how, in a given year, this 6th grader now has, one example of reading effectively with a reflection, a second example of reading effectively with a reflection. And that's it. Pretty simple to do. Really fast if the folder is set up like this and the work is already in the Google Drive. It's a quick thing for students to be able to do to add work to their portfolio.